Here's what you said. President Trump is not like any sane leader. I'm very proud of General Milley for saying that President Trump is a total fascist. To Bob Woodward, if he, as chairman of the Joint Chiefs, is calling the president a fascist, I'm so proud of him for breaking that barrier. The challenge is because most MAGA Republicans, they don't understand what fascism is.
Did Senator John Kennedy just expose a major contradiction in America's immigration debate? In a tense Senate hearing, Kennedy accused witnesses of supporting open borders, challenged their past statements, and turned the spotlight onto comments many would rather forget. But were his questions fair accountability or political theater? What happened next had the hearing room on edge.
It's a fair way to characterize what's been going on for the last 4 years, sir.
The southern border is chaotic by design, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I've been covering the border for 3 decades, and yeah, it's pretty chaotic.
Would it be fair to say that the broken southern border is man-made?
It would be fair to say that, sir, based on policies that have been implemented.
And that man's name is Joe Biden, isn't it?
That would be a fair assessment, yes, Senator.
Under President Biden, if you wait in line for legal immigration, you're a chump, aren't you?
When you look at the benefits that have been given to people and the speed at which they've been released into the United States, I would be chagrined if I were waiting.
You're a chump, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
General.
Yes,
You
sir.
believe in open borders, don't you?
I believe in the rule of law, sir.
Right. And it makes you angry that President Trump does not believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Senator, I'm not here to discuss immigration policy. I'm here to discuss whether or not we use the military to enforce it.
And it makes you angry that most Americans don't believe in open borders, doesn't it?
Not in the slightest, sir. Again, I am not here to discuss immigration policy.
Yeah. Duty, honor, respect, you talked about that
Yes,
in
Senator.
your opening statement. On October 14th of this year, you went on CNN. I want to read you what you said, make sure I'm accurate. Here's what you said. President Trump is not like any sane leader. I'm very proud of General Milley for saying that President Trump is a total fascist. To Bob Woodward, if he, as chairman of the Joint Chiefs, is calling the president a fascist, I'm so proud of him for breaking that barrier. The challenge is because most MAGA Republicans, they don't understand what fascism is. The reality is that they are, in fact, fascists themselves. Did I read that accurately?
Senator, I am happy to discuss my personal perspectives with you separately at any time. That's not the purpose of the hearing today.
Did I read that accurately?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. You think you're smarter than the American people, don't you?
Absolutely not, Senator. I am here to discuss the use of the military as part of this mass deportation.
You think you're more virtuous than the American people, don't you, General?
Senator, I am insulted by your comment.
Duty, honor, and respect. You talked about that in your opening statement, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Moran said, I wrote down her words. She said, by their actions, you know what someone's character is like. You agree with that?
Senator, for 35 years, I served my country with absolute honor and distinction, and I will continue to do so.
You agree with what Ms. Moran said?
Of course.
We've got a few minutes left.
23 seconds.
Well, actually, you let Ms. Klobuchar go well over, so I'm assuming you'll extend me the
I'll
same.
give you the
courtesy.
same minute I gave to her.
You gave it a minute 20. I timed it.
You're using.
I watch you like a hawk, Dick. Mr. Melnick, Mr. Reichland Melnick, you believe in open borders too, don't you?
I do not, Mr. Kennedy.
Okay. On November 1st, 2022, you tweeted, both Texas and Louisiana have their knives out for black immigrants. Do you remember that tweet?
I don't, but it's quite possible.
What Texans, it's not only possible, it happened. You're not denying it, are you?
No, I'm saying, referring
What
to the
Texans?
context.
Who are
I
you
actually
talking
don't
to?
know the
Who
context.
are you talking to about who in Texas had their knives out for black immigrants?
Guessing the context, but my suspicion is
Give
that
me
it
a
has to
name.
do the
Give me a
Attorney
name.
General Ken Paxton and
Give
the
me a
Attorney
name.
General of
Give me a
Louisiana.
name.
I just did.
You don't have a name, do you?
I just said Ken Paxton.
You don't have a name, do you? You just said it, didn't you?
Just said Ken Paxton.
All right, how about Louisiana? You said Louisiana has its knives out for black immigrants. Who in Louisiana were you talking about?
Again, I'm not certain. That was 2 years ago, and as I'm sure you know, much has happened in the last 2 years.
Well, did you say it?
Again, I do not remember the context,
But you don't.
Senator
You
Kennedy.
said somebody had their knives out from Louisiana for black immigrants, but you don't know who they were. You just said it.
I said the Attorney General of Louisiana and Texas, and I believe this referred to specifically lawsuits brought and arguments that were made in court that the arrival of Haitians
I'm out
and
of time,
others
but I
were
want to get you
inherently
on the
dangerous,
record.
which was
You
not.
Thank you very much, Senator.
believe
Appreciate
that the
your
Attorney
questions.
General at that time of Louisiana had his knives out for black immigrants. That's your testimony.
Given their
Thank you, Senator
litigation
Kennedy.
conduct, yes.
Senator Hirono.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
A heated exchange erupted during a Senate hearing when Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana sharply questioned immigration experts and military officials over border security, immigration policy, and previous public statements. Kennedy began by questioning Mark Krikorian of the Center for Immigration Studies, describing the southern border as an open bleeding wound. He argued that the border crisis was not accidental, but the result of deliberate policy choices under President Joe Biden. When asked whether the situation was chaotic by design, the witness agreed, setting the tone for a highly confrontational discussion. The senator then pressed further, suggesting that legal immigrants who follow the rules are being disadvantaged while those entering illegally receive faster access and benefits. His questioning reflected a broader Republican argument that current immigration policies reward unlawful entry while undermining legal immigration pathways. But the hearing became even more contentious when Senator Kennedy turned his attention to retired military officials testifying about proposals involving the military's role in immigration enforcement. Kennedy confronted one witness about previous comments made on CNN, where the witness had criticized former President Donald Trump and described elements of the MAGA movement in extremely negative terms. Reading the statements aloud, Kennedy demanded confirmation that the remarks had been made. The witness acknowledged the comments but attempted to redirect the conversation back to the hearing's stated purpose, whether the military should be used in large-scale deportation operations. Kennedy refused to let the issue go, arguing that character, judgment, and prior public statements were relevant. The exchange grew increasingly tense as Kennedy challenged the witness's views, asking whether he believed he was smarter or more virtuous than ordinary Americans. The witness rejected those accusations and defended his decades of military service, saying he had served the country with honor and distinction. Then, Kennedy shifted to another immigration expert, questioning past social media posts alleging that officials in Texas and Louisiana had targeted black immigrants. Pressed for specifics, the witness pointed to legal actions by state attorneys general, but struggled to recall the exact context of the years-old post. Supporters of Kennedy argue that public officials and experts should be held accountable for statements they make outside official hearings. Critics, however, contend that the senator spent more time attacking personal opinions than addressing the policy questions under discussion. The hearing ultimately highlighted the deep divide in America's immigration debate. One side focused on border enforcement and accountability, the other on legal authority, constitutional limits, and the appropriate role of government institutions. What do you think? Was Senator Kennedy asking necessary questions, or did the hearing drift away from the real issues? Let us know in the comments.